So I first heard about Young Life because it was kind of just like spread around the town, and when I was in middle school I heard about wildlife, and I was always like interested, but I didn't ever know if I really wanted to go. My friends came up to me and they were like, "You have to go to this camp. It is probably going to be one of the best weeks of your life." They gave me Kelsey's number and I messaged her. I didn't think that I would be able to go to camp because of finances, and I was really on the fence about applying for a scholarship, but my leaders and my friends just kept texting me like, "This is going to be the best week of your life." So I applied for a scholarship and I got it, and this was probably one of the most exciting moments because I realized that I was actually going to this camp and that this was going to be something, and I never knew how much it would change my life. It came to the day that we were leaving at 5 a.m. and I was like, I'm gonna make this best week of my life. And when we got there, it was totally foreign. I was like, why, like this feels weird. I've never been to a camp. And they welcomed us as soon as we stepped off the bus, and they were waving and they were like, "Welcome to this place you've never been to." And I just felt so welcomed, and none of these people even knew me. I barely knew any of the people I went with. So like one of my favorite parts of camp was going to club every day, probably like at least 2 times a day. And club is where everyone in the camp comes and joins together, and they welcome you with music and singing and just having like an amazing time. And you don't think about what's happening. You don't worry about what people think about you. You just dance and you sing and you just have so much fun, and you just forget about everything. And towards the end of club, they have a speaker. And when I went to Lost Canyon, my speaker's name was Sean. The message that really changed my life was when the speaker told all of us that God loves us. And he had this huge sign and he said, "God loves you." And to me, that means God loves me. And that was one thing that really just stuck with me, and I always will remember his name and his message that God loves you. Once I finally realized how much God loves me, now I'm able to take that love and share it with others, and this is a huge part of why I want to be a student leader.